Okay. Hi, Shining Light. Hopefully, like yourself, I am social distancing. I was out today at a doctor's appointment and had on my bandana, keeping myself ahead of sicknesses and hoping that nothing comes my way. And hopefully, you're doing the same thing. We are in the COVID-19 restrictions, and so we're not able to meet right now. But I did want to give you another set of devotions, and this is the first of several devotions that I'll be putting out. And this comes with the title of "Ye have not passed this way heretofore." But let me first of all give you some guidelines, some things that we need to watch out for. Continue maintaining your tithes and your offerings. We still do have ministry needs that have to be met. And I appreciate everybody that has given already through our P.O. box. And let me give you a warning as well. Our physical mailbox outside the church is not secure. So please send your tithes, your offerings, any contributions to our P.O. box. That's P.O. Box 16113, Tucson, Arizona 85732. That is also on the website. Again, don't send anything to the mailbox outside the church. Send it all to our P.O. box, which is P.O. Box 16113, Tucson, Arizona 85732. Mailbox outside the church is not secure. We will continue sending out our prayer bulletin. And that'll be on Wednesdays, and please take time to look over that, see what the prayer needs are, what's going on. The birthdays are on there, the anniversaries. Wish someone a happy birthday. They've got a birthday or an anniversary. That'd be great. And just excited to see what God's going to do through this COVID virus. We are cooperating with the state and the regulations that's coming out nationally, and just making sure that as a church and as homes and as individuals, we're abiding by the restrictions there. Being careful as well as you're going out to cover up, coughing right, washing your hands, all the things that's being preached on television of keeping yourself secure and staying safe. I'm looking forward to meeting with you again, but until we do, these devotions, and this is going to be a way that we'll contact with you and get some information out there to you as well. Today's devotion, we're going to start part one, is ye have not passed this way heretofore. And I think this is a good correlation to where we're at. We have not passed through this COVID virus before. We've never been here before. Many have never had to work from home. Many parents have never had to homeschool before. Many students have never had to stay home from school this long. There's a whole lot of things that we have not experienced. And so Joshua made this statement to Israel as they were about to go into the promised land. For ye have not passed this way heretofore. Joshua, of course, just assuming command from Moses, is tasked with taking the children of Israel from the wandering stage into Canaan land to possess their promised land. They're close to Jericho. They're about to go over Jordan. And before time is to go over comes, Joshua says, you know what? Let me give you some encouragement. Let me give you some instructions. You all have not come this way before. Let me help you out as well. As your pastor, we have not come here before. We have not had church this way. We have not had to do any of these things this way. And so I believe the encouragement that's in verse number 4 of Joshua chapter 3 will be an encouragement to you as well. Let me read the verse to you again, Joshua chapter 3 and verse 4, where we get our statement from. Yet there shall be a space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits by measure. The it that he's speaking about is the Ark of the Covenant. He said, make sure there's a distance. And then he says that ye may know the way by which ye must go. Then he says this, for ye have not passed this way heretofore. In other words, Joshua makes 3 simple points as he's pointing out what they're planning on doing to get across the road, across the river, the Jordan River. The first thing in this plan was to mind your distance. Notice what he says. He says, yet there should be a space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits by measure. Come not near unto it. So they were told to keep a distance between themselves and the ark so that they can see the direction that they were going in. We too have to keep social distance as well, making sure that we don't infect or that no one infects us. And that's going to require distancing. The same way Israel had to distance themselves from the ark to know where they were going, we have to keep social distance to make sure that we can keep going. Amen. And then not just the distance in question, there's a direction in question as well. Notice what it goes on to say. It says, come not near unto it, that ye may know the way by which you must go. The distance is come not near. He said, keep that distance. But then the direction, he says, you want to know the way that you need to go. Why? God's leading, and our job is to follow. And they didn't know where they were going and how they needed to get there. And so it's very imperative for you and I as well, not just to distance ourselves like they had to distance themselves from the ark, but to have the direction of our nation, the direction of our states, the direction of our cities, the direction of our churches, the direction of the pastor. We've got to make sure we have that same direction and that guidance and go with what God is moving us to do in that direction. So there's a distance there. He says, come not near unto it. But then there's a direction, that ye may know the way by which ye must go. But then lastly, there's a different way. He says, for ye have not passed this way heretofore. We've never come this far. We've never come up to this point. Heretofore has the idea of you didn't come this way yesterday or the day before or the day before that. This is brand new. Ye have not passed this way heretofore. We've never come to the COVID virus. We've never had these restrictions. We've never had these guidelines. We've never been not allowed into the grocery stores within 6 feet of one another. We've never been allowed not to shake hands or embrace. And these are restrictions put into place right now. It's all different. And he's letting them know it's going to be different going over. So you've got to follow God's leadership and God's guidelines. We've got to follow the national leadership, the local leadership, church leadership, and make sure we're getting to where we need to go through this COVID-19 virus situation. God knows the way. He's leading the way. He'll open a way. Our job is just to follow, keeping our distance, making sure we get the directions, and then making sure we understand this is a different time, a different way. I do pray that's been a blessing for you. I'll pick up with part 2 next time, but continue to understand this COVID-19 virus. Ye have not passed this way heretofore. Keep our heads up, keep our prayers up, and keep our knees down.